Hello, hello. Salutations indeed. Are we ready to get started? I'm gonna be working on a commission today, so I'll probably hop right into it. Today's been a pretty good day overall for me. Got myself out of bed early, which is definitely a plus. Considering that, normally, for most people, there is a certain time by which you need to arrive at work. And for my lab job, we're supposed to arrive no more than 15 minutes before and after that particular start time. Let's just say I've been slipping. So today I finally pulled my schedule back on track to where it should be. So I've been getting out of work a little bit earlier today. Did some shopping, some grocery shopping before I came back to stream. So I've got some good groceries. I forgot the miso. I forgot the miso that I was talking about yesterday that I needed. I didn't get it. I totally forgot about it. But it's okay because I got literally everything else I needed. So it's all right. How have you guys been doing? How are you doing? This is what I'm working on, by the way. I was having it in the position over in the corner for me to take a thumbnail. A thumbnail for me to post onto Twitter. Working on this character for great aims. I gotta pull up the references, though. So let me go and grab those real quick. Because the references are gonna be really important. Let me just throw them up on screen. Okay, which ones do I want to grab? This one's cute. Just go ahead and I'll screenshot that. 1 second. Okay, it's super cute! It's so cute! Okay, let me see. I think this is a good one for the hairstyle. So I'm just grabbing... Great Ames sent me all the references via a Google Drive folder. So I'm just copying some stuff over onto a dedicated reference sheet for me to use. This is nice. Good for the face shading, this references. Okay, and then I think I want to add some of these like ivory elements to the drawing. And then he wanted me to base it off of a particular pose from Final Fantasy, I believe. This one. Or yeah, I'm not familiar with most of these characters, but very pretty, very gorgeous. Let me see. Is there any others that I want to use? Because I think these are the main ones that give me the best idea of what this character is like. So yeah. Got my references, let's go! Here we go. Where's my pen? Okay. Alas. Alright, well, let me get started. I gotta finish the sketch portion still. I think some parts of the collar I need to fix up a bit. So let's adjust this. Yeah, the posing, I definitely wanted to go for a more dynamic pose because the straight on pose works well for certain characters, but I kind of like the upward angle. It looks way more dynamic and makes the character sitting on that throne look larger than life almost. So to me, that's way more dynamic, way more appealing, at least for a one-off illustration. Like if it were, say, in a sort of like cinematic or animatic type thing for some video, this kind of straight on shot can be totally fine, but like for a one-off illustration of this character to really showcase their personality, I feel like, I don't know, this upward angle displays way more power, way more way more personality, I think. So yeah. We'll get started working on it. Alright. I was in the middle of working on the sketch, and I'm almost done with it. I think at some point, because noticing this sort of like ivory texture, I'm wondering whether I want to make the seat here white instead of the wood color that I was originally going to go for. So we'll see how that works. But I definitely want to take some of this like these brass flowers almost and include something like that sort of strewn around this throne. And I've also got this cloth, this fibrous sort of, I don't know what to call it. It's not like a blanket, but like a curtain, I guess. It's definitely like a royal cape type look right there. And when Great Ames is available and is able to drop by, I'll probably ask him what color he wants that in general. See the color scheme. All right. So we really want to get these boots down for sure, which I think I'm with the shape right here for the foot. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. That took a lot of searching through references to be able to find like a good reference for, I don't know why, but drawing feet and heels, especially heels, is really hard for me. Just the shape of it is so hard to grasp. Where is... I looked for... Aha, here it is. Okay. I had a reference pulled up on a browser tab somewhere, so... Gimme. Where did it go? Where did the one that I was looking at go? Okay. Compiling my references, which is a very important part of artistry, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't use references. References are powerful. Yeah, I think this is the one that I was looking at specifically, because it's the most similar to the kind of pose that I'm doing here. Something along those lines. And then over here, I think I need to have the rest of the foot continue downwards. And then we'll just have like some wrinkles sort of going over this bend here where the foot would bend forward. That way it gives it the illusion of that crease in the foot. Art is all about illusions, the illusion of more detail by using a textured brush. And I think that was something that actually Bob Ross preached a lot about, where it's just like, in a couple of brushstrokes, you can make it seem like you put in a lot more time, a lot more effort than you actually did, simply because the texture that ends up being created has like a degree of noise placed in an intentional way, so that the audience would be like, oh yeah, that's a mountainside. And they'll believe that like, oh, the rest of like the random jitter of the like little brush bristles, oh, that's just like all the details of the mountain cliff rocks and everything. Even though the artist didn't actually put in all of the time, necessarily, to draw each individual rock. I've been kind of obsessed with that idea, thinking about how I can make things easier for myself by using texture. And one of the things that I've worked the most on in the past, like, little while, however long, I'm not sure, like, the past, like, year or two-ish, the thing I've been working on is primarily allowing myself to not have a perfectionist mindset when it comes to my lines. I used to be so laser focused on making them as clean as possible because I was like, that's my thing. Like, I do clean line art. That's my thing, right? But in doing so, I was making everything look too uniform. And that, losing that texture really detrimented my artwork for a while. And now that I'm getting way more comfortable with adding variations to my line art, like texture and like line weight, doing that elevates the quality of the art. Great Ames, hello, hello, how are you? How's the kid? Super cute. I love the pictures that you posted. So cute. I was thinking, when I saw those pictures, I was thinking, I'll just give all of the commission money back to you, and I'll like ask you to put it into the kids' 401k. On my way to pick him up now, having so much fun today. Oh, is it a lot of like running around and doing chores and taking care of the house and things like that? Oh, always hardworking, always hardworking. It's a tough life raising a kid and trying to work at the same time. Very admirable. Okay, we've got this sort of like crease over here that goes all the way down to the heel. Greetings, Lady Kana. Are you feeling all right? I'm feeling fine. I'm doing so much better than yesterday. I don't know if you could tell how badly I was losing my mind yesterday, but I was very tired. As soon as I ended stream, I took a 2-hour nap. I was dead. I was so dead. I was like, I need to get off stream as soon as possible. A cookie for you, thank you. Yesterday was an imminent crash out. Oh. Yeah, it really was. It really was. It was a rough one. It was a rough one. And I don't blame myself too much for that because, to be honest, it was really valid. I had so much going on the Saturday right beforehand, so alas. Car troubles! The destroyer of money. Oh god, tell me about it. My gosh. What happened with the car? Is everything okay? Because, man, like, car troubles are always the worst to deal with, I feel like. You're so stuck, and in order to go get your car troubles fixed, you need the car to get there, and it's just like this really ironic situation, where there's, I don't know, it's so inconvenient in so many ways, and then, like, they're like, oh, we're gonna be working on this for the next, like, couple of hours, so like just hang out and we'll get it back to you when we get back to you. And it's just like, okay, how long exactly is it gonna take? And then sometimes they get back to you and they're like, actually we need to keep it for a little while longer because there were other problems that we didn't notice at first, and now we gotta fix those too. My car's oil decided it no longer wants to be in the car. Oh no, there was a leakage? Oh, that sucks. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, I gotta say. Man. So do you have your car back now? It sounds like you do, right? If you're on your way to pick up your son. Man, I hope they didn't keep your car for too long. That's just always so annoying. I'm so sorry for your troubles. Oh, you're driving your wife's car today. Okay. Gonna be picking up some parts to fix it tomorrow. Ah, gotcha. Wait, so have you given it to, like, an auto dealer? Or not the... I don't know what they're called. Like, the repair shop people? Or are you trying to fix it yourself? Because, my god, having other people do it... It's great to have a professional look at it, for sure, but at the same time, it costs so much money. Genuinely destroyer. Can't really afford a $2,000 repair bill, so time to try and fix it myself. Oh man, that's expensive as frick. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it goes well. I wish I could offer any sort of technical support, but unfortunately, I am probably the last person you would want to be asking about your car. I know how to clean the car's headlights. That's all I can do, because I helped my dad do that once, and aside from that, I have no other skills of note. So unfortunately, I cannot be of help, but I know that YouTube has tons and tons of resources, so hopefully you'll find something that'll suit your needs there. Alright, I kind of want to give... I think this is good for, like, the wrinkle of the boots. I love wrinkles, and I also love these, like, repeated lines over here. Just add way more texture. Oh my god, okay. I think we're ready for lines, actually. So let me open up VGen and move it to the lines. Can I? By workflow. Hold on. Working, coloring. Oh, I didn't fix that. Oh, it's fine. Oh god! Okay, this workflow kind of sucks. Okay. I'll have to fix that later. I'm talking about my internal workflow on VGen, which I'm still getting used to because I don't know how any of this works. It's my first time doing a VGen commission! Because normally I do commissions on, just like through PayPal invoice and messaging via Discord and such. So, first time using a separate platform to host all of the payments and request details and all of that. It's quite cool. It's quite cool, honestly. Okay, we're gonna do kind of like this little flap over here. All right. My wife says thank you and she loves it. She's watching on a guest account right now. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, glad she's watching. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm trying to get the hair right. I think right now, my biggest challenge when doing the line art will be to focus on how exactly I want the shape of the hair to come through, because I want all of the detail and the main shapes to be able to remain, because that's, I mean, that's how you distinguish particular hairstyles, of course. But at the same time, I want it to suit this particular pose that we're using here. So, we will make it work. We will make it work. This outfit is so cool, I have to say. And just generally, this character design is wonderful. I love the color scheme. The white is so pretty. I feel like at some point I really want to do or make some sort of character. Maybe I'll make it like an adoptable character or something that's very white centric in terms of like the outfit and the accessories. That ivory look with paired with gold is such a good combination. It's so underrated. So what you've got going on with this character is stunning. Absolutely stunning. All right. Trying to get the details of this color right, but it's hard to see. And then this needs to go, I need to erase this part. It needs to go like further in, I think. And then I'm gonna have it connect over here. Maybe I'll give it some like more embellishments. Do I have permission to embellish the outfit a little bit with some more accessories and adjust some of the details to make it pretty and sparkly? That is all Steffi's work. I can never. It's so pretty. Such a good job. I love character design. Absolutely, please do. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, because some of the details are a little bit difficult to see here, and also some of the nicer details of this outfit, like the, or I guess the more compelling details, are at the torso. Around the abdomen area, but most of that is being covered by the leg due to this angle. So I want to be able to bring out details in other parts of the character as well. And I might try to do something along the lines with like making some adjustments to the accessories to include more of like these star-like accessories from this outfit, or like jewels, for example, like here. So maybe in the center here, I'll have like one of these kinds of jewels right in the middle there. It's like lovely gemstone right in the center. And that way it'll fill the space a little bit more. Oh my god, in terms of jewels, I'll just send you a picture of our wedding ring. Please! Please do! By all means! Oh my god, that'd be so cute. Alright, I'll do a little bit of like a flower, I guess? A little bit of a flower over here. And just like have something like this. Okay. And then... yeah. Add those like side things, and then the bottom part as well. Yeah, something like that. And then just make it this like really pretty jewel. And then I think I'll do, oh, you know what? I wonder if I could turn this edge right here into kind of like the lacy edge we're seeing here, honestly. Maybe that could be a good way to sort of incorporate both designs into it. Little does she know, the printer that she just got ready to print custom cars is gonna be one of the first things! Awesome! Yippee! You'll have to send me pictures. Send me pictures when you do. That'd be so cool to see. It's so rare that I get to see my art printed out as like a physical copy. Which I just updated my print shop for anybody who's interested. So I have some prints up on my shop, but at the same time, I don't know. Let's see how well they sell. I don't expect a whole lot out of it. It's just because someone mentioned it on Twitter the other day, and I was like, oh, I haven't updated that in a while. So I'm just adding like a little bit of like a lace over here. I think that would it would serve nicely to combine the two designs that I've been given. One being the outfit from the pose, and then the second being Sefe's like main outfit. And then that way we can include like, I'll just have this still be a line that hugs the edge, as opposed to like the lace over here, because I think that in terms of shaping this part, something like this might work a bit better to fit the rest of the outfit. Composition, composition, composition. Okay, something like that. And then we'll get these like lovely jewels over here that will connect over to that. Yeah. Something like this, I guess. Yeah, and then this will also go up. Okay, something like that, something like that. And then how else do I want to make this more flamboyant? Okay. For the time being, I'll leave it at this, at adding that jewel. And I will move on from the sketch to work on the lines now. I think it's about time for the lines. And when I do the lines, I usually end up adding way more detail and making things much more precise than they are in the sketch. So we'll go ahead and make the eyes. So pretty. Okay, so I really want to accentuate the lashes, because this girly is fabulous and her lashes are everything. So we'll just go ahead and we'll make these lashes really pretty looking. All right. Sort of like this. Yeah, I kind of like where this is going. And then we'll add the line, the crease of skin underneath the eyes. And then add a little bit of this sort of texture on the cheek to show that like raised cheek for the smile. Currently making every driver behind me unfathomably mad by driving the speed limit. That's what you're supposed to do. Hey yo, nothing wrong with being safe. So they can get angry all they want, but you've got to kid the car. Gotta keep them safe. He's top priority. All right. All right. I love drawing eyes so much. They can be so expressive, and even just like the slightest change in line width can change the look of the eyes drastically. And then like, I think one of my favorite things nowadays is to add eyeliner and make the character just look absolutely fabulous with the like most razor sharp eyeliner ever. I love that shit. I love that shit. All right. Alright, gonna get that crease under the eyes, and then I definitely want to include some of those lashes for like the lower lashes, I should say. Something like this. I want to make it a little bit subtle, like not too crazy. And then the upper lashes, they're so pretty. Oh my god, they're so pretty. But also, I don't know. I feel like this is okay. I don't need to go too crazy about the lashes. Maybe like one more on the side here. I think that will help to sort of pull together the look a little bit more. Yeah, for that style of eyeliner. And like that eyeshadow is so good. I'm so excited for next Monday when I get to unleash my full potential. A full potential with driving? Are you off of leave by then, or what's going on next Monday? Ooh, let me adjust this eye just a tad. I think it's ever so slightly off. I might want to make it a little bigger, just to make it nice and symmetrical and pretty. The pure raw power of Adderall trademark. Oh lord. Oh lordy coming. That will be fun. You'll have to tell us about it when it happens. I've never tried Adderall myself, because I haven't had a need for it. But I've heard a lot of stories of people using Adderall, especially when I was still studying in undergrad. Because, like, the amount of people that I knew that would use Adderall to focus is many. Many indeed. And a part of me is so curious to know how I would feel with it, but I also think that it would just straight up give me a panic attack. But I hear it does wonders. I hear it does really good things. Sadly, I think I'm the type of person where Adderall will just have its intended effect and nothing else. And by this I mean diagnosably so. Ah, okay. To be honest though, I feel like that's better. If you have a more predictable reaction to different types of medications, it makes it a lot easier especially for providers, to know what is okay to prescribe for you and what's not okay. It's just like a clear cut, okay, this does the thing that it needs to do, and that's it. So I'm gonna go turn off my AC. That's gonna be annoying. There we go. Turn that shit off. Okay. Do I want to draw the pupils yet? I think I should. I guess I'll do them on a separate later. Okay. Let me make a lines folder. Face. And then we'll make something for, I'll just call it iris. Irises! Yeah, one of the gripes that I have with my own body is the fact that most medications hit me really, really hard. Any sort of substance in general tends to be really rough on my system. So like the first time that I had alcohol, I had like a drink and a half maybe in terms of total alcohol, and these were like, they were sweet, like mixed drinks, so definitely a bit more in it than like say a beer, for example. So I was like starting off strong for sure, but at the same time, like all of my friends were having multiple and they were doing just fine, and the way that I sped ran all of the hangover symptoms within the, and like it's not even a hangover at that point, but it's like the headache, the nausea, the like really grogginess, and I just like, It was so bad. Like, just like maybe 2 hours after we had arrived there, I was already like not doing well, and I was really shaky. And they were like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "We're gonna find out. We'll see, buddy." And I had maybe like 5 minutes tops where I felt normal, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like this is cool. I feel a little bit of a bit of a buzz, right?" And just the following hour was catastrophic for me. I so my friend who I was going with, on top of like a bunch of other friends who were with us, we all went together as a group of like what was it? Like 4 people. I think it was 4 of us. And so we all went to this bar, and my friend lives closer than I do. And at a certain point, I was like, "I'm so sorry, I can no longer make it home by myself, or even with assistance. I simply cannot make it home. Can I crash at your place?" And I had to stay at their place and crash on their couch, and it was so sad. Because I felt so nauseous afterwards. And like the same thing has happened in general with medications that I've been prescribed with. Like the anesthetic that was used when I got my wisdom teeth removed, that hit me like a truck. And for like the next 48 hours following that surgery, normally people, like, at least the people around me, they were like, "Yeah, I recovered pretty quickly." And I look back at my experience, and it took me like at least 2 full days after the surgery to recover from just the anesthetic, and then another like full week to be like okay enough to be out of bed and like running around doing stuff, because it tanked my immune system. It hit me so hard. It was pretty bad. I also at some point wanted to get anxiety meds, and that was catastrophic too. Like, you start out with just like half dosages so that you can ease yourself into this medication, and boy, boy, it was rough. I felt so awful after taking the first half tablet. I took half a tablet only, because the one tablet is like supposed to be like the one full dose. And yeah, it was not a fun time for me. So I immediately stopped taking it because I was like, this is actually going to impede my ability to do my job at work. And that's a major issue for me. I can't have that happen. So at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop taking these. I'll have them in my drawer if I want to take them again, but at the moment, I can't do this no more. I can't. It just hits my system way too hard. I just want you to know you have officially cost the Navy like $20 in printer paper. I find great delight in that. I have taken $20 of printer paper from the Navy. That's so funny. Good for me. Good for me. I'm proud of my accomplishment, you know? It's not every day I can steal from the government, but wonderful, delightful. All right, it's time to do the hair. I'm so excited. The hair is always so much fun to draw. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I want to have a strand in front, kind of, that like goes and attaches here. Because it looks hella cute. It looks hella nice for the shaping of the hair. To have these like stray strands. Smooth that out a bit. And then, okay, let's examine a little bit further what exactly this looks like. So we've got one strand here that goes like this. We've got a strand here that goes like this. We've got these 2 wisps that form the bangs. with this lovely vent right there. And then everything else goes into the back and like over the right shoulder. I see, I see. All right. Yeah, I love this. This is beautiful. What pretty hair! What pretty hair you have. Such a pretty design. All right, so sort of make that flush with that other line that I'm trying to make. There we go. And then we'll have it like, how much do I want to have it hang over the face? It looks like not too much of the hair is actually going over the face. Most of it goes off to the sides. But I do want like this side to be generally covered because this is the space where normally there would be an ear. But because this character has the other ears, we gotta cover that up so that it doesn't look as like, so it doesn't look too uncanny, like it's missing something. So I guess we'll do like a tuft over here, and let's have like a light strand falling down over here. And have it kind of overlap with some of that other bits of hair. I sent the best pics of the ring I could find. Oh, let me go look. Let me go look. Where is it at? Is it on Twitter? Gimme. Gimme, gimme. Oh, you put it into, oh, I see, onto VGen, okay. Dude, there's like 3 different chats I can check now. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that looks like a flower. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my god. Literally stunning. Holy shit. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the colors on that. Oh, that lovely, like, orangey gold. Nice. So pretty. And it complements your skin so well. It looks so good. With those nails? Damn. Alright. Okay. So, in that case... What hand is that? What hand is that again? Fuck, is it the left hand? So it would be this hand, right? Right? Am I crazy? Oh, putting subtle references to my wife in comments. Yes! It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna fuck up which hand this is gonna be on. Hold on. Yeah, the hand makes sense. This hand up here? Yeah? Yeah? Am I crazy? Dude, I've never gotten married before. I don't know. Which hand does the wedding ring go on? I should know. The left ring finger, right? Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Yeah, so on this, in this case it'd be this, yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bet. Fucking bet. I totally know how it works. Pardon me for having no experience. Alright, cool. Yippee! Little ring. So pretty. And that's like a big gem too. So pretty. Mimi just meowed at me. He just grumbled over in the corner. Okay, hair. And then I'm gonna fill out the rest of this vent right here. Kind of like this. Have it connect downwards nicely. And then also, she's got most of the rest of the hair on that side following that. But I think, yeah, I'll sort of tweak the movement of the hair a little bit to make it a little bit more, make it flow better in the 2D medium. Yes. And then have this curl over. And the rest of the forehead here. Pretty. Alright, and then the top part, have that curl over. How poofy do I want that to look, though? Because I really like the poofiness of this curve right here. So I think I'll leave that. And then on this side, this is where it starts getting a bit more tough, especially with the placement of the hand over here. I'm gonna have to figure out how exactly the overlap will look. Because I kind of want the finger here, the first finger, to be covered a bit by the front bang. Like so. But I also don't want it to... Yeah, I want it to be still covering the hair in the back here, of course. Thinkity thonkity, thinkity thonkity. So in that case, it's this strand that's giving me the hardest time, I think. So here, if I do like a, because I want to have this be displayed, because that's really pretty. Can I do like a... So instead of having it curve this direction, we'll have it sort of follow this over here, but like, kind of like that? I don't know, we'll see. Are there any other angles? It follows the lines of the hair here follow the angle of the face very well. So I'm like loath to change that. But at the same time, like, I gotta add something over here. Something like this, I guess. I think, yeah, I think this works out a bit better. And then we'll just have this come over, and then we'll adjust some of the spacing of that in a second. I don't know, I don't like this curve right here, and I don't like the way that this sort of is like round like that. I like it to flow like a ribbon. This is tough. Alternatively, I could have it also go to the shoulder like this, and then fall back down this way by curling around here. Okay, something like this. Or instead of making those curls too pronounced, we'll just have the rest of the hair sort of flow over it and cover it. I think that's the best. That way the hair looks way more full. Okay. I think that looks good. We're gonna go with that decision. I think that's a solid plan. Okie dokie. I love adding detail to the hair. It'll always look so pretty. And then we're gonna have maybe like a little strand that comes out here to follow the angle of the face really well. Or do I want the hair to slightly overlap the chin there? Because to be honest, that would actually help significantly with carving out the shape of the hair and also covering up that part of the face so it looks a little bit less like flat on that side. I think that's how I'll go about this. And then this chin, I want to like raise it up a little bit and make some adjustments. Because it's gotta kind of be... I'll just go ahead and erase it. It's gonna be a little bit more flat due to the angle. Due to the angle of the camera. And I think I'll like... Yeah. I'll leave it a little bit blank there, I think. How do I want to do the face angle? Now that's another problem. I think I'll draw the rest, and then I'll come back to fix that. because that's gonna be difficult. But I definitely need to fix this chin in some way, shape, or form at some point, because it's slightly off for what angle the face is at. And the proportions of the face here, yeah, they're angular in a particular way. And the features are like, yeah, I think if I angled the eyes a bit more, it would match a bit closer. See how that looks without the... Yeah, definitely better. I really like... how do I want to get that look? I think it might have to come with the shading, honestly. It might be something that I adjust when I go to render. We shall see. Let's work on this side of the hair. See what progress I can make here. Okay. Have this curl over. Oh. Y'all, I have to say, there's been demons that I've been fighting lately, and that demon has been the friggin' Pokeball place that's nearby my work. So there's a Poke place nearby my work, and one of my coworkers treated me to a meal there at some point in time, like not too long ago, just like maybe a week or two ago. And it was a lovely Pokeball. I've had it before there as well. But just for whatever reason, after my coworker treated me that time, I've been thinking about that Pokeball ever since then. It was delicious. And I'm having such a moral dilemma with myself because I really should not be spending a significant amount of money on Pokeballs every single day. But oh my god, it looks so good. And it has like fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, so it's generally healthy. You don't really have any of the processed foods, and it's so good, and they're so fast. It's amazing. It looks so good. I can't help myself. But I'm like forcing myself every time I get up in the morning to like pack specifically like what I've cooked for myself, because I'm like, no, I can't. Hey honey, can we get poke? Am I making you hungry for poke now? I'm so sorry. But poke is so good. It's so good. If y'all get poke, I better fucking see pictures. Actually, maybe I shouldn't, because then I'd want poke for dinner. It's so good. What are your favorite poke toppings? I have to know. Because I really like spicy salmon. That's usually one of my favorites. And then I like when they add seaweed salad, and I usually like having a mix of like rice and lettuce. Plenty of sesame seeds. I like having a slightly spicy sauce. And I think like gochujang is really good as a sauce in poke. I think it's really delicious. Alright, I'm a heretic, but sliced pork is delicious. Yo, pork is great. I have to say, in terms of the red meats in general, pork is definitely up there when it's like marinated and cooked really well. My problem though is that I always like overcook the shit out of pork. My cat is screaming at me. Yeah, what's up, sweetheart? Oh, you're sitting right under my chair, that's why. Hi, baby. What girl? Yeah, you want attention? I'm giving you attention. What's up, baby? What's up, baby girl? Yes, sweetheart. You and your attention. You and your attention deficit here. Because you're clearly not getting enough attention from me. Yeah, I have to say pork is White Forster glasses, thank you! Thank you! Yeah, I wear glasses around everywhere because my prescription is so bad. My prescription is awful, so I need these in order to be able to see anything at all whatsoever. Oh man. And at a certain point, I look at my face and I'm like, you know what would be better about it? Glasses. I don't know, it just completes my look, kind of. So I'm glad you guys like it. Why, thank you. I'm trying to like think of what other toppings I really like on Pokeballs. Because generally, like that pretty much encapsulates what I like. Also, if they have like any of the dried seaweed, that stuff is really good too. Oh man. Oh man, now I'm craving it. Oh no. I have food. Mom, we have food at home. I gotta eat my food at home, and I just went grocery shopping, so I have food. I have plenty of food. I really shouldn't. And I have snacks too. I got some chips. I have a spinach dip that I gotta finish up. Alright, are we gonna have this like strand of hair coming over here? I think I'm gonna have it come up from that top part. Yummies! What's up, baby? She's like looking at me expectantly from across my room. And she keeps meowing. I don't know if the mic is picking her up. Little rascal. I swear to God, like she would be the reason why I couldn't do voice acting. From home, at least. I thought about it and I was like, what if I were to like try to train up my voice and dabble in a little bit of voice acting? I feel like that would be really, really fun. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Kitty. She's jumped onto the stool next to me again. Hi, baby. I thought about, okay, like generally in the scene, like there are quite a few VTubers who are voice actors as well, and also just be a fun way to cultivate my voice. I feel like that'd be so cool. Similar to singing, like I really want to work on getting better at singing, at least to like a somewhat average level. Because I am far below average at singing right now. But generally it's been like widely associated, I guess, where like generally VTubers are kind of expected to like make music videos and things like that, but like I'll play piano for you, but I can't sing for shit. So I thought about like, oh, if I do voice acting or something, that would be like a really cool way to like warm up my voice and explore the different characters that I'd love to play, things like that. Because when I play games, and I notice this a lot with things like when I was playing Deltarune and any other game with like way more narration and dialogue, I like to narrate heavily and come up with different voices, and I was like, I wonder if that's something I could pursue more, if that's something I'm interested in. First of all, I have too many hobbies, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that like oftentimes a lot of my recordings get interrupted by Mimi meowing at me. And girly, when she meows, she doesn't stop until she gets what she wants. So there have been quite a few times where I've been trying to like record a snippet of some sort of script, and she'll just start meowing, and I'm like, girly, let me finish this one snippet. And then she'll just keep going and going and going. But you're my baby, aren't you? Yeah, sweetheart. What a cutie. Let me see if I can actually pull her up on camera. Let's hope she doesn't leave before... I was trying to do this yesterday, but she left before I could actually catch her on camera. So let's see. Turn on camera. Let's hope this works. Oh, I unplugged it. Duh. Hopefully that works. Let's try that again. Let me troubleshoot. Please work. Oh, there we go. Okay, can I... Oh, no, you can't see her from here because she's too low. No, baby. Maybe when she pokes up her head later, you might be able to see her. Okay, let me pull it up on screen for you guys. Yes, sweetie. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why this window always opens so big. I have to adjust it so that it'll crop properly. Oh my god. Okay. That's much better. There we go. Certified kitty! Yeah, hi baby. She's right here. She is right here, just under the table. Is it possible for you to even? No, it's not even possible. She's so low. Damn it. And I got so paranoid about this camera that I taped it down to my desk. Oh my god, yeah. So it's currently taped to my desk, and I don't have any other cameras to be able to use for cat cam. But maybe if she stands up later, she'll say hello. But yeah, little kitty's hanging out next to me. What a baby. Just a little baby. Great Ames, have you thought about getting a pet? Or is that like something for way later? Or if at all, like do you currently have pets? I must know. I must know. Oh, you want a cat, but it would be expensive and annoying for when I go into deployment. Ah, okay. That would be tough. Yeah. Because I imagine traveling so much would probably not be so good for the cat. And also needing people to take care of the thing. Yeah, that's really valid. Let's do like a little bit of a line over here. Give that strand some texture. Something like this is nice as well. Yeah, and then I want to add a little bit more here. I think something like this would be good. And then have that connect down. Have that strand basically like peeking out. Nice. Yeah, okay, that gives the hair a lot more texture, and then I can add even more later. I can't really get a good faith pet and then disappear for 6 to 8 months and leave it to my wife. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I already feel so bad when I have to leave Mimi at home for when I'm out at work. Because that's a solid, like, almost 9-ish hours that she's home alone. Thankfully, she is an adult. She's an adult cat, so she's a big girl. She can take care of herself. But yeah, leaving her alone for too long is never good. Girlie gets separation anxiety, which so real. So whenever I come home, Mimi is the first to greet me at the door. Not that there's many people to greet me at the door in the first place, but she comes out, she trots over and like starts screaming at me as soon as I open the door, and basically chews me out for a solid like 2 minutes as I'm like trying to put my bags down and like take my Tupperware out and like, I don't know, put down my things, my little thingies. So she chews me out for a little while, and then she settles down, and I give her some attention. I give her some food, and she settles in. But poor baby. I feel bad whenever I have to, like, go anywhere. Especially when I'm, like, going out in the evening to go hang out with people. Yeah. But I do now at least have an automatic feeder for her. So her dry food, I would normally give her dry food as soon as I get home from work. But now she's getting her dry food just automatically. Which is nice. That way I don't have to worry too much about her, like, being hungry. And so she pesters me a little bit less for food when I come back from work nowadays. Alright, how do I want this strand of hair to look? I want a little bit of hair to be, like, flowing over here. For sure. And then because of that, I want to adjust this. Okay. Something like maybe this. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then I definitely want these strands underneath, because they make for really good shapes right on the shoulder. Bring out that shoulder armor look over here. Just like, it's a good action line to draw some attention to this side. How do I want this to work? I think, yeah, end it over here. Have something similar going on here. Have that curl around. And this part, have it go up. Ooh, is this, I think this is, Lily Peach's new song, Train of Thought. It's so good. I just listened to the first part of it right before I started stream. And it's such a vibe. Alright, finishing up these lines over here. How does that look? I think it looks great for now. I might want to adjust this over here, add some more detail, but we're working on it. We're getting there. Alright. Looks good. Awesome! I'm glad I have your stamp of approval. After all, you're the person who's commissioning this, so I sure hope I have your stamp of approval. Awesome. Okay, that's not bad. And then I'll just add like a little like crease over here. And I think I want to split that strand right there just to make it a little bit. And I might add like a couple more as like highlights later. And then I want this hair to like fall here, so I want it to be mostly down with like a sharp curve. Can you see her? She stood up and turned around. I don't think you could see her. Yeah, baby. Oh! Oh no! She fell off the stool! I'm so sorry. Oh no! I'm so sorry, sweetheart. She was like rolling over because I was petting her and then she fell off the stool. Yeah, kitty, I'm so sorry. Oh, baby. She looks okay. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. My sweetheart. Alright. I want to have... Okay, so this goes off to the side here. And I'm going to have a curl over here. And then we can adjust this later depending on how the hand shape ends up being. But I definitely want it to curl all the way to the side. That way you can sort of see that full motion over here. Because if it were to just like end somewhere up here, you wouldn't see the rest of that. You would like... It would look like a weird continuity error. So I want some shape cuts that's kind of like this, I guess. And then with like a light strand coming out here. Something like this, like a thin strand that branches off. Something along those lines, we'll see. Add like a line up there, and then add some like movement to the hair on this. Yeah, something like that, I think. We want to make this a little thinner and then connect that a little bit more smoothly. I think. Oh. Maybe I want to keep that shorter, actually. And then this connects across, which is nice. And we'll see, yeah, again, we'll have to see where the hand placement ends up being. Also, as a friendly reminder, hydrate. With me glitching out my model in order to hydrate. It's necessary sacrifices. Or I'm just simply being possessed. There's that as well. Okay, so I want the hair to like swoop really nicely over on this side. Because it's like basically flowing over to the other side of her. And I also want to make sure it doesn't clash with this over here, or at least like blend in too much with this right here. So I think these like, yeah, like perpendicular lines almost help to display that sense of depth between the different layers of hair. Okay, so we've got something like this. I have this curl over here. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'll have just like one loose strand off to the side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, girly. Awesome. Have the hair flow up like this. Beautiful. And then on this side as well, to get the round of the back of the head there. And then the ears. Now the ears are going to be interesting to texture because they're very floofy. But I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to transfer that to my style without it looking kind of... God, she is slaying as the kids play. She do be slaying. She do be doing the eating. She eats. The fit do eat. And then I think I want to leave this like a little bit textured, but also not... She consumes. She devours, actually. She absolutely devours, to be so honest. And then over here, we've got like this texture going on with the ears. So kind of like this, I want to have it swoop down like this. And then curl back towards the head like that. Yes. And then inside the ear, I definitely want to give it plenty of that texture of the fur, like sort of billowing out here maybe. Trying to think about how exactly I want that to work, but maybe I want to keep it contained inside because like here it's floofy but it stays inside the ear. So something like this. Okay. Let me leave that mostly blank for now and let's finish up the rest of the ear first before I start adjusting some of those shapes. So we'll have it look kind of like that. Very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. Hell yeah. Alright. And then over here on this side, we also want something similar, but like the ears at a ever so slightly different angle, so like more of the inside of the ear is covered up at the bottom. So that'll pose a different challenge. Back of the ear will still be something similar, I think. Have it extend upwards, and then this part. Have it sort of arc over here. And then, yeah, do something like this where it pinches the fur right at the bottom. And then, like, fluffs out. Hell yeah. And then over here, I want to add just, like, a little bit of, like, bumpy texture for the sake of, like, that fur looking really fluffy. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. So one ear looks a little bit bigger than the other, so let's adjust that a bit. Oh, okay. Do I want to just go ahead and make the other ear a little bit bigger? Because it would be kind of a pain to make the other ear smaller. One on the left smaller. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works just fine, actually. Okay. And let's adjust this a little bit. And have that sort of flow out here like that. I think that works really nicely. Yeah. So maybe I want to do something similar on this side, actually. Have it arc downwards and start this, like, curling back into the ear. It gives that really nice poofy look. And then we'll have some of the fur continue up here. So give it more texture on the edges, where the inside of the ear kind of starts meeting the white fur on the outside. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, connect that down a bit more. Same thing with this thing right here. Yeah, okay. All right, we're doing something. And we probably do want to fix that chin. I might also want to make more adjustments to the eyes, because I feel like the eyes are not the same shape quite so much. So let's make some adjustments here. I definitely think that the eyelashes are a bit stronger in the reference. So let's do this. And have it sort of blend there, maybe? Nah. Really, really pretty design. I think I need a little bit of movement. Oh, I drew that on the wrong layer. It's fine. So I want to move this out a little bit, I think. Oh, I combined it with the wrong... Okay, where is it? Face. There it is. Okay, cool. I think adjusting this ever so slightly will help. All right, that's a bit better. That's definitely a bit better. I think this side is just ever so slightly, like, moved. And then the chin is definitely throwing things off. For sure. So let's adjust the repeated cycle of ah, she's gorgeous, I keep going through. I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Okay, let's have, yeah, the chin be a bit more, yeah, I think this works. And then with the shading of the face, it'll make the necessary adjustments, I think. I also want to adjust the sizing of the mouth, because I think the mouth looks really elegant. The way that the lips look are very elegant in the references that you gave me. So I want to sort of mimic that to the best of my ability. We'll have like a little bit of a line for the chin here. Or actually, I could just add that with the shading. Which I definitely will need to make adjustments to the shape of the face using rendering, but I think this matches a bit closely, or a bit closer than what I originally had. Definitely. Okay, great. So I'm gonna move these just down a little bit, because otherwise the neck might be a bit too long. I think that sits really well. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We've got that. And then neck time. Of the neck. The other part of the neck is covered. We have this like cool collar thing going on here for the sort of like guard outfit almost. With this really nice like trim on the side. And then have that curve back up. Nice. And then make sure those connect. Okay, so that works nicely. And then I think I want to have just like a slight line under here. Make that connect really well. Yeah, bet. And then I'm just gonna move this ever so slightly down so that it evens it out. Yeah! I love me my liquefy tool. You know, for the longest time, I wasn't using the liquefy tool at all whatsoever. I didn't have liquefy because I was using a dinosaur version of Clip Studio Paint that was still on like version 1.0 point something. And I think it was only earlier this year that I finally switched to like version 3 point something. I had been using an archaic version of Clip Studio Paint for so many years. It was actually insane. So I didn't have a liquefy tool for the longest time, and a bunch of my friends were flaming me for it. They were like, "You still don't have the liquefy tool? Girlie, go update." And it got to a point where like the amount of cost, the price for each subsequent update to update from version 1 to version 2, and then after that from version 2 to 3, it actually ended up being cheaper to simply just purchase a full license all over again for version 3 and ignore all of the updates. In total, I saved more money doing that because I was just so behind. It was actually a little bit depressing, but here we are. I have a fairly recent version. I have a fairly recent version of Clip Studio Paint now. Are you proud of me? I've done it. It took me friggin' forever to do that though, and I think at some point it could be on stream, but I think it's most likely going to be off stream. I really want to study all the different parts of Clip Studio Paint and familiarize myself with all the tools that I can use. Because I use a decent amount of tools right now, but there's more. There's a lot more that I'm not aware of. And every so often I'll like stumble across a video where someone's explaining some functionality in Clip Studio Paint, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know I could do that. And it's just so... This software is so much more powerful than people sometimes realize. It has so much in it that can be used. And I think there was someone who was who was making a model at some point. I was watching their stream, and they were like, yeah, I as in like, he studied all the different components of Clip Studio Paint and went through like the manual and everything, and straight up just like learned how to use every single part of the software, and in doing so now has way more mastery of the program as a whole. And I think that's so admirable, especially for someone who is a full-time artist, to be able to do that. They were like, yeah, this is my profession. So at a certain point, like, I need to know all of the tools that are at my disposal for me to do my job well. And I was like, that actually makes so much sense. And I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we want little gems going up here, or like a little chain going up here. Something like this. I like something pretty subtle. It's like a pretty subtle piece of jewelry, I think. So it works nicely. And then connect the color up here. All right. And just adjust the sort of angle of that to fit with what we want. Yeah. Yeah. And then have that curl down. Go back over here. Make sure that the hair doesn't cover that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we cooking. We cooking in this household. We get this nice curve up here. Okay. Then the rest of this collar, trying to figure out the exact shape of it. I think this shape is not bad. Yeah, I think I'll just keep it. I'll keep it. I'll go with this. It's not bad. All right. Also playing around a little bit with line depth to make sure that some of the divots look a bit more divot-y. I have great mastery of my words, y'all. I can use brain. Okay, and then when I go in to render this, I can add some more texture to that. So there's some parts of this side that peek through. So we're gonna have like this part peeking through on that side, and it'll arc downwards. Okay. But also, second reminder to stay hydrated. Hydrate, y'all. Delicious. I have this like sparkling water drink. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. But I've got the sparkling water drink called Mushy. Oh my god, great names! Thank you for the sub! Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I think with the sub you now have access to the emotes and everything, right? Are they sub? Did I make them sub only? Oh fuck. Shit. But yeah, I have a little like sippy hydrate emote. Hydrate! We gotta hydrate! Yeah! Oh my god. The emote looks so cute. Yeah, Mimi's talking to me now. Hi, Mimi. But yeah, this is what I'm hydrating with. Sparkling water, non-sponsored. The flavor is honeydew melon and cream. And it tastes pretty good, but it definitely is just like a sparkling water. So it's got a light flavor, but it's nice. I just wanted something light and generally a little bit sweet. For the sake of having survived work. That's all. Because I survived work, I deserve a little sweet treat, right? Okay. Nice! Do you ever have that one incredibly niche game that's crazy good, but if you recommend it to people, you sound like a madman? Maybe? The one game that I would recommend is this game called One Shot. That's the game that I would die on a hill for. I love that game to bits. I don't care what people say about it. I think it's wonderful. I don't know generally what the consensus is about that game. Overall, I think it's very positive. It's a phenomenal game. Highly recommend. And it's not too long either. I think it's about like maybe Undertale length. But I can't remember how long the second half of the game is. What is the game that you would want to recommend, by the way? Because by all means, I'm all ears. I'd love to know. Oh, I see. The thing goes up like this. It doesn't actually like curve back down. Aha, okay. Then we'll go ahead and we'll do that, because I think that also looks a bit better here as well. Okie dokie. Okay, so, alright, we're gonna get an essay. Y'all strap in, we're gonna get an essay. Hype, though. I'm so curious, I wanna know. I wanna know. We got a little bit of like this here, and then this comes up to make the shoulder pad things. Okay, here also on this side. Okay, and then get this connected here. There's this really obscure VR game called Alt DS Beyond Chronos with a gorgeous song in it, but it's a VR visual novel, and recommending it to my Navy workmates would put me in the Weave dungeon. Oh no! Bilge. Oh no, that's so sad. Is it on Steam? Let me look at Steam. Hold on. Store. Ooh, got the music. I might have to listen to that later. Hold on. I'm gonna grab that and listen to it later. In case of DMCA, because you never know. Where is... I'll just stick it in my browser and then like...
Febreze.
Ah! I did not need to hear Febreze. That sounded so loud. It's so pretty. Oh my god. If I lose the link, I'll ask you for it again later. Okay, where's that? Is that game on Steam? Hold on. What's it called again? Alt DS Beyond Chronos. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is cool looking. Oh, this is cool looking. It almost looks like a VR like rhythm game type thing, but I'm not sure. It definitely isn't, but like, wait, let me see the trailer. Oh, the characters are so cool. Oh, the guy with the glasses. Oh god. Oh god, my weakness. Use immersive VR interactions to defeat the Meteoras. Ooh. Your actions determine your fate. Use the mirror generator to absorb Meteora's attacks. Oh, that looks cool. Damn, the graphics of this are really fucking cool. The mix between 2D and 3D is also really nice. Cool! Breeze. He is Daddy. I have no idea what this character is, who they are, what they do, but they look awesome. Noah, so I'll protect you. She could protect me all day. As much as she wants. Wow. A standout adventure title and a must-play for VR owners. I wish I had VR. Unfortunately, I don't. Paid Oculus Quest app. Ooh. Maybe sometime in the future I would invest in VR. I feel like if I were to ever make it big as a VTuber, one of the things that I really want to do the most is 3D streams. I want to do like 3D model streams with like a full body suit and just fuck around because that would be so fun. That would be so fun. And I notice that a lot of my humor is like rooted in like body movements and such. So it would be so great. Oh my god, Johnny! Johnny, hello! Hello, beautiful. Hello, my wife. How are you doing today? I hope you're feeling better. Have you gotten a good chance to rest? Because you've been sick all day, haven't you? I feel so bad. I wish I could send you hot soup and warm hugs. I've just been chugging soup. Okay, well, glad you're okay. Hope you feel better soon. Keep me updated on your status, okay? I gotta know how my wife is doing. And let me know if there's anything that I can do for you at any point. Like, if you're bored and you just want to, like, jump on call, let me know. I'm always down for a VC. Even while I'm streaming, you're more than welcome. Because you got a special dibs. You got special dibs on my time. Alright, trying to do these folds in these like creases in the clothing. This is so satisfying to draw, holy shit. Marry me right now, I'm sending you the papers. I'll sign them as soon as I get them in the mail, girly. That's what I'm saying. As soon as I hit 30, if I'm not taken, that's it. That's it. That's what we'll do. Alright, so we got that line there. Or maybe I want to have it directly connect to these. Yeah, let's have that. Nice! Nice, nice! But what have you been up to today, Chai? The man would be stupid as fuck to copy you, but that just means I get Picana. Oh my god. Hi, Mimi! Whoa, you are so grouchy today. Really? What's up? Hi, sweetheart. Mimi's roaming around. Maybe she wants me to shut the fuck up. I feel like she's always... She tends to meow more when I'm on stream as opposed to when I'm off stream. When I'm off stream, she just like goes to bed. So maybe I'm like keeping her awake inadvertently by streaming. In which case, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but you've had all 8 to 9 hours of when I am asleep to sleep, and you've also had the 8 to 9 hours of when I'm at work to be able to sleep. Hello. Let a girl stream for like 2 hours at least. She wants to yap too. Yeah, baby. She also has had zoomies a lot today. She's been running around the apartment. What a cutie. Where'd she go? I just saw her like skitter across the room. I've just been resting trying to job. Man, it's not happening recently. Yeah, get some rest. Get some rest. Take care of yourself first. Because like your ability to be creative is so intertwined with like your physical health as well. I need to put baby to sleep, so I will say goodnight for now. Good to see you! Thanks for dropping by the stream! And of course, as always, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. And I'll keep working on this. I will give you plentiful updates, and I will let you know of my progress as things go, as I go on the... Oh, there she is! Hello, baby! But yeah, rest up! And I hope your family rests well, too. Oh my god. A girly out here jumping up, sniffing me, and then jumping back down. Her little mess! Yeah! She's so cute. What a baby. Where's my music going? Hello? Get back here. There we go. Yeah, my feisty little kitty. She's so sweet. But she loves to yap. She loves to talk. She loves to say hello. Really just wants to chat with you guys. She's so mad at you. She always sounds mad at me. And that's the thing where it's like she sounds like a chain smoker. And like every time someone comments on it on stream, I have to like give the whole disclaimer of like my cat is not upset, she just wants attention, and she meows a lot and really loudly and with a really gravelly voice because of the house fire that she had to escape from. Every single time I have to explain this because I'm like, I don't want people to misunderstand. She's the sweetest little kitty ever. She's so sweet. She's just a little bit traumatized. Very much so like me. Alright, trying to get the angles of this to work and make it look pretty. Yeah, that's not bad. And then maybe I could add some more designs as I see fit. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, I know, don't worry. No, I know you know. But every so often, like, someone will drop by the stream who's never watched me before, and they'll hear my cat, like, freaking out in the background. And I'll be like, no, she's fine. She just meows a lot. Yeah, sweetie. Yeah, sweetie, you're being so loud today. Girly? Girly, I swear to God. Girly, bestie with so much love. With so much love. Hey, darling. Oh, now you walk away, huh? Yeah, sweetie. Come here. Hey, baby girl. Oh. Okay. Can I grab you? Oh, you're behind me. That's what you're doing. Can I grab you? Oh man, she's escaping. Okay, I can't. Maybe later, maybe later. Yeah, sweetie. I've also cut down on her food rations a little bit because she was getting kind of chunky, and I was like, oh no, she's approaching overweight territory. So I gotta be careful with that. So I cut her food by just a little bit. Still feeding her 3 times a day, by the way. I feed her 3 times a day. Yeah, girly, I spoiled the hell out of you. I give her a little bit of wet food in the morning, a bunch of dry food in the mid-afternoon, and then more wet food in the evening. Girly gets all 3 meals. And also, like, I counted the calories and it looks like it should be enough for her weight, her size in general. It's a pretty average-sized cat. So Girly screams as if she hasn't been fed in like 3 years. But here she is getting 3 meals a day. Hand served to her. Oh, what a sweetheart. Chai, how's Ophi? How's Ophi doing? I hope Ophi has been keeping you company while you rest. You better be resting. You better be resting, girl. Or I'm gonna put you to bed myself. Okay, that shoulder looks not bad. And then we gotta clean up the other side, like the top part of it. Yeah, we're gonna have it look kind of like this. Peeking through the bits of the hair. I'm gonna trim the hair on the side to fit. Yeah! Yeah. Okay. And then adding the adjustments to like the lighting on the armor. Yeah, okay. I think that's good enough for that part right there. It doesn't look so bad. Oh, yeah. Getting there. And then for the sleeves, though, on the other hand, like, I don't know how I feel about these sleeves in particular. I kind of want to make the outfit look a little bit more snazzy. A little bit cool. I want to, instead of having this, like, sleeve go halfway up the hands, I want to have the sleeve do, like, the... Oh my god. Like the, this is your hand, this is the arm. I want to have the sleeves go like this. You know that like really popular design with this? Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to put on her. Okay, let's draw the hands first. Let's make the placement of the hands more clear. Give her pretty claws. Alright, and then the rest of the hand over here, and then over here. And this will sort of go over here and curl back around, I think. Or do I just want to, I definitely need to have a bit of that curl for the fingers. Yeah, kind of like this. And then adjust this over to the side so that one finger is not disproportionately larger than the other by too much. And then the little gap between the fingers. And then have the pinky over here as well. And I also want to be careful not to make the knuckles like too knobby, but I want to also not make them too smooth either. Because I have a problem where, like, for the hands I make them a bit too smooth. And then it ends up looking a little bit weird because of that. Okay, so this, I think I'm gonna have it curl one more time. Yeah, like this. And then you have this part of the finger, and then it finally ends here. Yeah. And then the thumb. Got the thumb as well. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my god, can you like see her over there? Yeah, baby. What's up? What's up, darling? Yeah, kitty. Whoa! She like shook the whole table with that. Come here, baby. Come here. You wanna walk across? Walk across the piano? Hi, sweetheart. We'll see if she comes over. I don't think she will. She usually doesn't like stepping on the keyboard too much. Or on the table. Yeah, baby. What is she looking at? She's like peering outside my window inquisitively. Alright. Getting this thumb finished. Something like this. With like, yeah, the rest of it connecting to the palm over there. I think maybe I actually want to move it a little bit higher, like here. Adjusting the height of it so that it's not as like out to the side, I guess. Whoa, girl! I'm hearing her nails like skittering on the ground. I gotta clip those nails. They're very sharp. Okay. And then have like, I don't know. Yeah, ease the rest of the thumb. Okay. This works. This works somewhat. Okay. And then we'll have... like the arm over here. A little bit of like some clothing folds over here for the rest of the arm that kind of goes down below that. We'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that turns out. I don't think I'm gonna get to drawing the throne because her character is complex enough for me to take a decent amount of time with it just to focus. Focus on the character for today. And I'm still EP. I'm still EP. Whenever I work on Saturdays, I never quite get enough rest to recover before I start my next work week. So alas, alas, we still EP out here. But I'll be taking some rest tomorrow after work. And then I'll be back into it on Wednesday. I'll probably do another art stream just because I have lots to work on. Lots and lots and lots to work on. Especially now that I've like... now that I've dumped a second model on myself in terms of work. Like, I really did this to myself, for sure. It's my fault entirely. But hey. I'm having fun, okay? Hi, Mimi, are you having fun? She just looks at me and like shakes her head. No, kitty, no. No, baby. Yeah, sweetheart. Okay. So just have the sleeve kind of going up here. And then have it connect down. What is she doing? Oh, she's like sniffing at the automatic feeder. And like scratching it to try and get it open. Mimi, what the heck, baby? You don't get fed for like another hour and a half. Girl, oh my god. You're crazed. She's like sniffing at it so fervently. Girly, you act as if I haven't fed you, but the automatic feeder went off. Bestie, with so much love. Okay. She insists. Give me a sec, I'm gonna go feed her. Because she demands it so. Yes, sweetheart. You have been so feisty today. More so than usual. I will be right back. Because this kitty wants food. Okay, cat has been fed. Cat has been given food an hour and a half before her designated mealtime. Because Girly was, like, wailing at me. You would think I'm starving her, but I swear to God, I feed her 3 times a day. My little child, my sweet baby. Why must you forsake me like this? And she knows I'll give in to her. She knows I'll give in. She knows me. Okay. So... working on this sleeve over here, seeing how exactly I want to arrange the wrinkles of it. Yes! Alright, and then having sort of the curvature of the arm here. Super smooth. Down to the elbow. Oh yeah, that looks good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And then having the folds of the clothing angle the way that they do. Kind of like this, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Because, I don't know, on this side, I guess that's kind of enough. I can also add more detail when I'm actually rendering. So that's fine. And now for the slightly more difficult part, which is this hand right here. Let's make the hair... yeah, that way I can see a little bit better what exactly I'm trying. Okay, something like that. Or I move this up a little bit like this. Yeah. And then have the knuckle go right there. And then for this part, you'll still see that the edge of that knuckle, but it won't fully connect, I think. And then, yeah, here. And then over here, we've got this beautiful ring. Awesome. With that gemstone in the middle. And I'll go reference the images that Great Ames gave to me for it. Pretty. Very pretty. And then add like a little bit more of a knuckle over here. Yeah, okay. And then over here we've got that one last pinky. With the, okay, how do I want to arrange this? I think it'll look kind of like this. With just like the creases there. There we go. Okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. It's more of like a clenched fist with that one finger poking out to sort of twirl the hair almost. In that case, I think I do ultimately want this hand to go over all of the hair. I think that's the ultimate verdict here. I know I said otherwise earlier, but I'm changing my mind. I reserve the right to change my mind there. So we're gonna adjust that, add like the crease here, and then also the other side of the hand. And then make sure that the thumb comes through on this side. Because it'll kind of look like, I think like this. Yeah, okay. Make sure it pokes through the hair well. Kind of like that. Let me smooth out the lines a little bit more. Bet. Bet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That was not as daunting as I thought it was. Thought it was gonna be. Okay. It looks not bad. And then we'll just have this, like, crease a little bit for the crease of the wrist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see how much else I can finish before I get hungry enough to want to go eat dinner. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So we'll see, we'll see. So we've got this. And then moving this over here with like this other plate over here. And then this will be just like curved. Like so. Like so. Okay, a little bit of like a fold over there in the clothing. Alright. Cool. Okay, and that's where like the tights sort of start. Alright. Or like that part of the pants at least. Alright. And then over the knee, make sure that there's no continuity errors and overlapping lines. So we'll go ahead at the creases of, which like, the speed at which I'm doing this, part of it, and like the fact that I'm leaving gaps between the lines, it's something I've been trying to integrate more into my art style. Again, going back to the discussion of texture, because I just think it elevates the line work a lot more by having such varied line weights. It gives it, I don't know, just a nice, like, sort of pacing to the line, almost. Really don't know how to describe it, but that's like the vibe I'm getting. And then we have this curve here. Just like, the rule of thumb is that like variation is interesting. Just in general. Alright, so we got the other side of the curved knee. Yeah, it's coming together. Fabric is definitely a very fun thing for me to draw, because so much of it is just like, alright, just throw in random lines here and there. And at some point, they will come to resemble folds of a fabric. Same thing with hair. Where it's like, as long as you get the general shapes down, you can start fucking around and adding a ton of detail. And adding a ton of like loose strands and little like side pieces here and there. And then as you build upon that, you get this like, I love the dynamic flowiness of it that you can achieve through almost like haphazard brushstrokes. It's so much fun. Alright, so get this. Get some creases over here, and then same thing on this side of the boot. There we go! Oh yeah, dude, I love drawing creases like this. I love drawing creases like this. Bet. Alright. And then over here as well. We've got, I see a little bit of it on the edge, like right here. I'm seeing this like slight, sort of like golden buckle, and I'm trying to include that in because it looks nice. I quite like it. So I think something like this, yeah. Except I want to round off that corner a bit more. I just want to make it look like a believable shape. With like, that is rounded and has curved edges to it. Yeah, okay. Something like this. Based on the angle of everything, the gap here is a bit smaller. And I'm trying to make sure to give the actual belt itself width to it. So it's not just like a flat belt. It's also got like height, length, and then the width, the thickness of it. Something like this. And then have it like sort of curve around that edge. And then give it like a top crease as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're cooking! We're cooking, folks. We're making so much progress with this, and it makes me so happy. I love doing art streams. It's just I can get so much done with peer pressure from the people who are watching to prevent me from getting distracted with YouTube. That is like a primary goal here when it comes to art streams. Oh my god, like forget all of the things about that I said about trying to get better at speaking. No. Main focus is just like I want to do art. Help me focus on art. Cause otherwise I'd be here like watching Demon Slayer on the side, and then I'd get hella sidetracked because I'm watching Demon Slayer on the side, and then I'm like, oh, this scene is so cool, and then I totally get just like out of it. Alright, let's get the point of the shoe to look good. Let's draw the rest of it first. And then flip the canvas around to look back at it. Yeah, okay. Just have it extend right there. And then we'll have that connect here. Alright. And then for the bottom... Yeah, I definitely want some sort of line here to signify that part of it. And then I want this like crease right there on top of like the actual like heel part that comes down at this angle. Something like this. I almost want to have it like rounded to suit that angle. Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know, looks a little bit like it's at the wrong angle ever so slightly, so maybe I want to have this angled more vertically down and then adjust that here. I think that looks better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that looks somewhat better. Let's draw the other side of this boot now. The top part of the foot, which most of it gets obscured at this angle. But we still got a little bit of it poking through, so hopefully that should be good. What does the reference look like? Reference looks pretty similar, if not making this part a bit thicker. Something like this, I guess. And then maybe at the tip here, I want like the boot to have a bit of a point here. Yeah, something like that. We'll go with it and we'll make tweaks if need be. I think that's good enough. I should do more shoe studies because I think generally I'm not great at drawing shoes, and when there's something that I'm not good at, first thing gotta do is study. But studying takes time, and it's a pain, and I don't want to do it. So maybe another day. Generally, because I haven't had a ton of dedicated time for art specifically, I've sort of adopted a mindset where it's like, okay, in every new drawing that I do, I want to test out a new thing that I want to try. So, for example, with like trying out a different composition or trying out a different workflow that prioritizes composition first before anything else, because the way that I draw, I tend to focus on the character way more. And so as a result of that, the very first thing that I draw is usually like the head, the face, and then the pose, like what pose do I want? And then I start to build the background around that pose. But drawings that I make tend to come out better if at the beginning I have a clear and good idea already for what's going on in the background. That way it can inform some of the decisions that I make about the posing too. And also I can plan ahead with the lighting, the contrast, and all of those details that are very important. But it's kind of tough because like because as I'm thinking about all of those things, I also can only do so much at a single time, so I focus on one thing and I'm like, all right, for this particular drawing, we're gonna focus on the anatomy of the arms, for example, and we'll do like some cool foreshortening and look at some references for that, and then through that, I'll learn through a series of like trial and error how to draw foreshortening. I think like one of the drawings that I'm thinking of, if I can pull it up, it's one of my more recent drawings of Bao. So with this one, I was trying a whole different composition where I focus on this like painting over here, and it's inspired by a drawing. I can't remember the name of the artist, but I think it was like an Asian-based artist, and like they did this super cool concept of like a girl on a carousel horse going through a bunch of different concentric paintings, each of which have a different background behind it. I don't know, it was just like really cool, compositionally like well done drawing, and I was like, oh, I want to take inspiration from it with this drawing with Bao. And that was my main focus on this one. So like that's sort of the kind of mindset that I go into when working on a new drawing. It's like, what can I improve on this time? Because that's really the only way that I can do it. I don't have enough time to be able to allocate to extensive studies like people who are like studying art or doing art full-time can. And even that, a lot of people who do art full-time are like working on their active projects and don't always have the free time or the energy to be able to expand to other things. So I tend to break things down into smaller chunks and be like, okay, during this one drawing, what can I do to push my skills just a little bit further? I love being able to observe the world around me and pick out all the details that I want to include in my drawings later. Like, I think at some point I was looking at the back of people's feet as, like, they were facing away from me on the subway, and just, like, seeing the shape of their shoe, what that looks like. Or looking at someone's outfit and being like, oh, that's such a cool outfit, I kind of want to imitate that in one of the characters that I want to draw. So there's this one particular person that I met when I was traveling who had such a cool sense of style, and I asked them where they got their pants from. It was a really unique pair of pants. Unfortunately, however, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what she said to me because it was a lot of words that I didn't understand, and so I'm sorry. But if I can find that style again, that would be so cool, and I want to include it in like one of my character designs at some point. Just because it was such a cool pair of pants, and if I had that pair of pants, I would wear it all the time. It was so perfect for the way that I dress in terms of my style. So I was like, damn, that looks great. I'd love to have that at some point if I can find it. So like genuinely one of my favorite things to do is taking inspiration from the outside world, just random things that I come across every single day, or like making that drawing of August Anomaly was with like the neon green and all the science stuff was definitely among my favorites. just because that's stuff that I work with every single day. So it was really easy for me to be like, oh, I know exactly what this looks like. I literally work on this, like stuff like this all the time. And like, I know exactly how a micropipette is held, which is the tool that she's holding in her hand in that drawing. It's so much fun. I love art. And like, to me, it really is such a crucial form of expression. I remember one of the first things that I had to drop when I was in undergrad and was too busy studying to be able to keep up with art consistently. The two things that I dropped in terms of like allocating time for them was like piano and art, unfortunately. So a lot of like my commissions, I finished them up real quick, and then my other projects sort of fell by the wayside as I was trying to focus on my studies. But like in doing so, when I would get super burnt out, like it was so noticeable what I wanted to do with my time. And it was like, I wish I could have balanced that a lot better to still spend time making art, doing something creative, instead of just like focusing on studies over and over and over again. That's something that I really regret, because sure, like doing well in school is good and all, but at what sacrifice? Like, I didn't spend a lot of time with the friends that I wanted to hang out with at the time. So like a lot of my friendships were more superficial, not as like close as I wish we could have been. And I felt a lot of like FOMO, honestly, for the experiences that I missed out on because I said no. And I was like, no, I have all of these assignments that I gotta get done. I gotta get that done first. And then it just kept repeating the cycle where it's like, well, I always have more assignments. When will I ever make time for these people in my life? And so that was like something that I wish I could have redone. There's not a lot about my life that I wish I could go back and redo, but that is one thing that I do regret a little bit, because it's just like, man, I could have had so many really fun experiences, but I spent it all just focusing on this one thing so that I could get a number on a piece of paper and say that that's what I did in undergrad. Which is, like, it's good for my career, I guess, but, like, personal development is also really important for the career. So, trying to balance, like, okay, what are your priorities? What do you want to focus on? That's definitely been a long-lasting struggle of mine. Something that I wish I were better at understanding about myself. I'm really terrible at prioritizing. But hopefully I'll slowly get better at it as I understand more about what ends up being fulfilling and meaningful to me. And I think that this time after undergrad, because a bunch of my peers went straight into master's or straight into PhD or straight into med school, but like I knew deep down I could not do that myself. I needed time to sort of like reorient myself and be like, okay, take a break from school for a while, because I've just been powering forward through school for so long that I was really out of touch with like, well, what is my actual pursuit? Like, the pursuit of excellence in academics is great and all, but what else is there to life than that? There's so much more. So yeah, all that to say, I don't know what I was trying to get around again. I don't know what my point is but yeah. Just something that I wish I did better or paid more attention to. But I also need to give myself a little bit of grace, because at that time I was also going through so many personal problems. A lot of like internal, like, internalized perfectionism, and my anxiety was a really big problem at that time. A lot of things that happened with my family was sticking with me, and I was sort of like trying to learn how to be in control of my own life again. And so I feel like the greatest lesson that I've learned coming out of those 3.5, 4 years was really how to value myself and also give myself more grace. Like, I came out of it with so much more confidence than I had going into it. And I think that's really the best time to learn that kind of thing. Is to just, like, I don't know, because then I didn't have bills to worry about. I didn't have taxes. and it was really the period of time that, like, kick-started a lot of, like, self-reflection and, like, a pursuit to better understand who I am as a person. The way that I react to things is so important to me. So that, like, I don't know, when I react in anger at something, I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. Why am I reacting that way, though? It's not just like okay, let's stop doing that. It's also like, why am I doing that? For what reason? And a lot of the times it was like, oh, well, I was actually jealous about this. Or like, oh, I was really upset about this other thing that happened in a totally different scenario. So I was being just kind of, like, impatient and snappy because I was tired and a lot was going on. And so when I'm overwhelmed like that, I need to take a step back and be like, actually, like, take a chill pill and don't worry so much. Just, like, hang out, and this friend is still a really good friend of mine. Everything is fine. Learning those boundaries of, like, the way I behave in certain situations. And also there were a lot of times when, like, I would have a really, like, viscerally bittersweet or, like, very emotional response in terms of, like, I would get really upset and get really sad about certain types of media. Like, I would watch it and be like, why am I feeling so upset about this? And I would realize, like, oh, because this is the kind of thing that I wish I had from this time of my life. Or, like, connecting those dots was really enlightening. I don't know, I'm rambling at this point. But hey, I've gotten the line art for her done. I got the line art done, yo. With my incessant rambling, I finally finished this. And I'm getting hungry, so I might go and eat a dinner soon. Might be a bit of a shorter stream today now that I finished this. Yeah, and then as for the background, I'll probably work on that at a later time. And then finish the lines for that before I start on base colors. But this is a good start. I think this is a solid amount of work that I've been able to accomplish. Definitely got the hair. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix this. Got the hair to be way more detailed. I'm gonna add a few more lines here, I think. Just to really, like, refine it a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. And then this side I wanted to add. I think that looks great, yeah. Okay, cool. Something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. And overall, we getting there. Okay, so I think I might end stream with this because this is already quite a good amount of progress. Oh no, this eye is gonna piss me off. Hold on. Hold on, one more edit. Just one more edit, I swear. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. That's better. Somewhat better. I think. Oh, man. But then this needs to be moved up and adjusted a little bit. I'll finish one of these years. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna... One more adjustment. I'm just gonna flatten this out just a teensy weensy bit. And then... something like that. I think I'll leave that empty for now, and I'll fix it more a bit later, add more details. Yeah. Okay. She looks boss. Let's go. Awesome. We've made some progress, y'all. We've made some progress. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. I will wrap up for today, because I think this is a great amount of progress, and I don't want to exhaust myself. So, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna eat, and make sure you guys can eat and hydrate too. Get some rest if you guys are watching much later in the evening than I'm streaming in my time zone. Because some of you guys are in, like, Europe. Like, holy shit. So, go to bed. Go to bed if you need to go to bed. And I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great night. Rest up. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye. Thanks for watching the stream. So good to see you guys.